Hello, everyone's. I am here for the Have and the Have Nots Season 7, Episode 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So we starting off with Benny. Benny is happy that Jim is shot and hopes he's dead because that means Candace can keep the money. If he's dead, therefore you don't owe him. And you already know the Catherine gonna be like, Hannah, keep that money. I've been trying to throw money at you since the day I met you, but you just don't want to keep it. So I hope he's dead. And I'm kind of looking at you like you had something to do with it. But Candace, she's trying to be on the straight and narrow path. Ever since she got with, Charles, and she started liking him, and then she came home and her and Hannah made up. She not trying to really be about that, taking the money and all that stuff. She just trying to be a piece of herself because she's tired. Like all that anger she was going through, that wears people down. But no, she didn't have anything to do with Jim. It's just Jim is a nasty person, and there's plenty of people who want to take him out. So we got to figure out if Jim is dead or not. And the only way to do that is tell Hannah that there was a shooting over at the Crier residence, because she gonna hop, skip, and jump to get over there to make sure that Catherine's all right. Jim, you all right, but my main goal was to see if Catherine's all right, and that's exactly what she did. Now, the police are over at David's house because he was a shooting over there. There's a dead body over there, probably one in the backyard, all those things. So they gotta question him and what's going on. He talking about he don't know what happened. Jeffrey was like, that is a lie. It was my mama. Her name is Veronica Harrington. Yes, you need to know where he told everything. She gets her nails done on Tuesdays from 3 to 5. Her bedroom is upstairs and towards the back, not facing the street, but facing the backyard because she liked the wooded area. She likes to go to the Kroger on 42nd Street because they have the fresh produce. And just even though she is a bougie woman, she likes to get her a good savings by using her Kroger card. She sure do. She goes to Planet Fitness over there on Lockwood Street. She goes there Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Like, he told it all. Like, yes, but David knows that Veronica is smart and that she covers her track. There's no way that they're going to be able to pin this on her. They're just not going to do that. And then the detective was talking about something else. It was another shooting over at the Crier residence. And they was like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, it was a shooting over there. I mean, I guess since it's on the news now, that wouldn't be against protocol to go tell him there was a shooting elsewhere since, people had already seen it on TV. And David could have gotten a call from somebody like, hey, I just want you to know there was a shooting over there at, the Crier residence. But now he all hyped like he need to go over there and see what's going on. But Jeffrey was like, I can't believe he did it. He's like, well, Wyatt did call me earlier today talking about he wanted to shoot his mom and daddy. But he always said he wanted to shoot his mom and daddy. Plus, he was high at the time. And, you can't really trust him when he's being high. I didn't think he was going to actually do it. But I was like, yes, he was high and he was mad. So, yes, all the anger that he has towards his mom and daddy came out and he shot them. Let's move over there to the hospital. Justin rang the doggone bell every 5 minutes because he wants Madison to come in there. And I don't remember what the girl's nurse's name is. She came in there and she was like, do you need anything? No, I want Madison. Like, first of all, we are here taking care of patients. We can't be just sitting up over there, catering to you. Yeah, you hurt and all that stuff, and we know that. But if you don't want a nurse to come in, you just can't have your pick of nurses. So Madison goes in there, and he come in there talking about something. He made bail, and he ready to go home. And can Madison help him get undressed? And I was like, okay, this seems like it's the start of, Justin transferring his obsession, his stalkingness from Jeffrey over here to Madison. And I'm not even here for it, but I'm glad Madison was like, you were a nice looking young, man, but you crazy and now nobody got time for that. So you might want to, get you some help. But I'm trying to figure out where Justin got the money to, make bail, because he been off his job for a minute. I don't know what other income he had, or if he had some money in his savings. I don't know if his wife bailed him out, but she may still be mad at him that he broke up their happy home and all. And I know his mama probably wasn't going to do that because she don't like the fact that he's gay. So I don't know where he got the money from, but he said he made bail and all that stuff. But I was like, you freshly beaten, like you still healing, and you did he have surgery too? So you just gonna walk out the hospital like after like a few hours after having surgery? Is this what you telling me? I was like, I guess. Langdon, he over there having a hissy fit because he got fired, so he's blaming the old dude for it, and like Candace. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not Candace's fault you lost your job. You lost your job because Charles wanted you to do a specific thing, which was almost impossible. And because you couldn't do that specific thing, that is why you got fired. And he talking about something, if you make that chief of staff job, I'm going to kill you. And he said, you be the worst of that job. He's like, dude, bro, you trained me. So if I was going to be worth it, it's going to be worse because you was doing all the training. Now, we're going to go ahead and get over with him because he's, we're going to get rid of, just go ahead and get Langdon on out the way. He is so desperate to get his job back with, the White House that he offers to spend all this to make Candace look good, and like more than half of the country is going to love you once I get done spending things. I was like, they had already put out there that she was a prostitute and she was conning men and stealing men's money. Like, how are you going to spend this to her benefits? And he was just like, you only doing this because you want to get back at the White House. You're not doing this out of the goodness of your heart. Right, boy, bye. As he's sitting over there, he sees like some random dude that's like trying to mind his business, and he over there trying to holler at the dude, and the dude like, look here, I am not gay, I'm here trying to study, can you just leave me alone? Like, bruh, no, go about your business, okay? So he looks over and he sees Scott, who is a married man, kissing on some random woman. So now it's black belt time. Like, okay, so what you got going on? Why are you here? I don't even know where they was at, but why are you in this location? Did your attorney general send you over here to spy on Charles? Because that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to let you know. I got a picture of you kissing on this woman who is not your wife. Okay? So you might want to be careful. I'm going to need some... later on down the line, I'm going to need a favor. And you better come through with that favor, or this picture will be going out there to the newspaper, to the blogs, and anybody who will sit down and listen. I was like, okay. Okay, Landon. Where we at? Okay. Veronica, she shows up at, she comes home and like thugs in black are there. Like, it was like a good 30 or 40 of them. Just like, she sat down with her a drink and they just all just like came in, and she was like, boy, Charlie, is this supposed to scare me? Because if it is, it's not. And I'm like, first of all, don't you have like a security system? Like, all the evilness that you have done to David and Jeffrey, I would think that you would have security guards, a moat, something, a security system, something, so people just can't get up in your house and kill you. Mainly David, because he hates you to the core. But anyway, they sitting around talking. She was calling them all kind of musky folks, and they was like, we ain't gonna take too much of that. She's like, look here. Wait a minute, he says. He talking about he has a lot of stuff on her, so she might want to be careful. She's like, ain't y'all thugs and gangsters? Don't y'all have a non-snitching thing about y'all? So what you gonna do about it? But he was like, she said since she didn't pay for the funeral and the college for the bastards. He's like, those my nieces and nephews. She's like, and they're bastards. Yeah, I ain't got no time for this. And they get to leaving and they up there climbing over fences and stuff. I'm like, y'all just gonna climb over the fence like that? Don't look suspicious. Don't she have neighbors? She does have a neighbor. Like, you climbing over the fence into the neighbor's yard. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, I did not understand what was the whole scene of thugs in black. Like, it made no sense. They came in there. They didn't do anything but stand there and kind of somewhat look intimidated. And she was just looking at them like, child, please. She can't even stay at her house tonight because it smelled musty. It smelled like roaches and fried chicken and a check cashing joint and liquor joint all in one. So she got to go to her hotel now. I'm like, what? Because I tell her, what was the point of this scene? Just let your girl know, because it didn't make sense. These supposed to be thugs. They didn't rough her up or do none of those things. They just stood there looking somewhat menacing while being in all black. Child. Y'all, this is when I was just really side-eyeing Tyler. Now, at this point, I'm not even watching for the entertainment purpose. I'm just gonna see what Tyler's gonna do that does not make sense in real life on the show. So Hannah, she gets up there, she gets to the choir house. It's all kind of reporters out there, police keeping reporters at bay. She didn't manage to, make her way to the front. She's talking about some officer, my name is Hannah Young, and I work for the choirs, and I'm really close to the family. I need to get in there. And it's like, okay. We like, come on in, Hannah. You work for the choirs. We don't know that officially or for certain. So come across this doggone caution tape over into the house, into this crime scene. Wyatt, he is sitting in the back of the police car with the window rolled down, mind you. Talk over there, grinning and skinning like a Cheshire cat. Talking about something. Yes, I did it. I killed them both. I finally did it. I did it, Hannah. He wasn't bouncing like that. I don't know why I'm bouncing, but that's what he was giving off. Like, I finally did it. I killed it. He grinning like a Cheshire cat. Their window was rolled down. At one point, he could have just rolled up out the window if he wanted to and took off running. I'm surprised Tyler didn't put that in there. Okay. So, Hannah, she gets in the house. Now, remember, season finale, when Wyatt was going around shooting Jim and shooting Catherine, he shot her. Now the story is he shot above her head, and I don't know if it was the force of the bullet going by, but somehow she was blown back and went into the tub, but she wasn't fully submerged in the tub. She would lift up every few minutes, every few seconds to get some breath and then lay back down. She did all this until the police got there. I'm like, that don't make sense at all. At all. None of that made sense. So he shot you when you just jumped back so it can make it look like you got shot. He shot you above your head. He wasn't trying to kill you. This is what Tyler is telling us right now, which made no sense for me. He shot above her head, but she just flew back on her own, and she was submerged in the water, but wasn't submerged. She was like hovering over the water, and she would lift up every few seconds. So that didn't make sense, because when the police came in last episode, he was like, we got another body in here. You know what your son sounds like. So therefore you would have known that the police, and you would have popped up, help me, save me, I've been shot, help me please. I'm like, Tyler, you tried it. You tried it. And then they got Hannah just walking around the crime scene. Hannah, she done been upstairs where Catherine's at. She done went downstairs where Jim was at. Crime scene all around. But we got this civilian woman all up and through the crime scene. Then this is when George is like, Hannah, Jim had a note with Benny's name on it. Name and date on it. Do you know what that means? And it said something about like $8 million or something. He said something about $8 million. He's like, no, I don't know what that means. I was like, I don't know what that means at all. He's like, really? That's strange. Was your son in some kind of trouble? He said something like, I wasn't paying attention. She goes back upstairs and, trying to cover Catherine yet again. And Hannah's like, Catherine, I know you all upset because your child shot you, but Jim was planning on doing something to my child. So I need to know what it is. She's like, you don't have to worry about Benny getting hurt. Jim is dead. Which we already know Jim ain't dead. No, we already know that. So she's sitting up there, caressing on, Catherine's hair, comforting her and all that stuff. And George comes upstairs, do you need anything, Catherine? Do you need any, medical assistance or any of those things? No, I'm fine. All right. Okay, that's good. Well, you under arrest. Since you all good and now you under arrest. What? I didn't do this. You were under arrest for the murder of Jennifer Salazar. So go ahead and cuff her up, since she good. She don't need no medical assistance right now. We're gonna go ahead and arrest her. She's like, call whatever her attorney's name. Call him right now. Hannah's looking like, oh Lord, they're arresting her. She just got shot, but she didn't get shot. She just flung herself in the tub. I'm like, now I know sometimes soap operas, they be doing stuff that doesn't make sense. Like Y'all are my children. Now we all for the have and have nots. I'm just talking about soap operas that didn't make sense. All my children. Jesse got killed in the late 80s, early 90s. Jesse came back as a ghost like in the mid 90s. Now fast forward to like the 2010s. Jesse came back as a human being, like he was never dead. And we let that pass because we love Jesse and we love Angie from All My Children. So we didn't even care that Jesse had died, came back on the show as a ghost or a spirit, and then had him come back like he had never died in the first place. We accepted that because we like Jesse and Angie. But this, what Tyler was doing, Catherine was definitely shot season finale. But now is Wyatt shot above her head and she flung herself back into the water so it could seem like he shot her. Didn't make sense at all. And I'm just looking at Tyler. I'm like, I'm going to need somebody to go up to Tyler. Let him know he need to bring some more people on his writing staff. We just can't have you on the writer of all and everything, all movies and shows that you do. You out here supposedly, giving opportunities to all these actors and whatnot. We need you to give opportunity to some writers who are going to write some things that make sense. Because, sir, what you have going on and what you are writing makes none of the senses at all. At all. We got Wyatt handcuffed in the back of the police car with the window rolled down. Hannah is able to go into this fully active crime scene. Like, we still collecting evidence, and Hannah is just walking all up and through the house. Makes no sense. And I'm just here to tell y'all, me critiquing what this man is putting out there. So, y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my people. If you're already a family member and one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady Z signing off. Have a good one.